damages because you a bridge loan, or because for a significant amount of time the closing dates don't match up. So you want to make sure that you have a real estate agent that's got good experience on all fronts. There's a solution team, frankly, and associates. You don't want to get sued. You don't want to lose thousands and have a nightmare for more than a couple of years in the court. So it's going to make sure that you can move on to the house of your dreams. It's the Buyer Guarantee Home Purchase Program. It's one of the many solutions Frank Lee and Associates have there for you. 416-917-5466. That's 416-917-LINE, or go to GetLeo.com. GetLeo.com. Start packing with confidence.
Month's Friends and Family event is September 18th to 21st. 4 days only. Take 25% off full price items store-wide. Plus, save up to 60% on door pressure deals. Select brands and styles. Visit marksandmarks.com.
Why do families love 5G Plus? It's perfect for when you get to the party and your dad and I know. And for Emma, tilt your camera down. I can only see your forehead.
And even for...
We said no phones while camping. But I'm looking up how to build a tent.
Right. Thanks, buddy.
Switch to Canada's fastest 5G Plus network. It's perfect for families. With Bell, the more phone lines you get, the more you save. Save up to $40 a month on additional lines with an eligible plan. Visit a Bell store or Bell.ca for details. Bell, the perfect family plan just got better.
Gold has never been more valuable than it is right now. Alec Van Wright of Van Wright Jewelers. We've never seen gold levels like this before. If you have any items you've been wanting to sell, this is the perfect moment. Bring it in and look for it in cash. Or you can even trade it in for its full value. Call Van Wright today at 416-440-0123 or visit Van Wright. That's VANRIJK.com.
Wondering what everyday life looks like in a retirement residence? Drop into your local Chartwell Retirement Residence for their open house, September 19th and 20th between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Visit Chartwell.com to learn more.
I'm here with Mike, a Ford employee to hook me up with a deal on a US 150. With Ford employee pricing on air, you can help me there.
Something earlier in the day, want to show it to somebody, it's right there on the podcast. Earlier today, we were asking people if you've been in a fight. They polled 7,000 people. A third of them said they were in a fight. Talk back.
Hey, Jim. I wasn't really known as a fighter when I was growing up. I'm a small person, but there was this one girl in my neighborhood picking on me, I guess, but just punching in the jaw. Silly girl. Only did it in a minute. I broke her nose. And, only much in the where I lived at night to the parents were at home. And my dad was behind her.
Commentators in the business, also political pundit with
since I've been in this fight. I've had some spectacular fights. Have you ever seen the movie Eastern Promises?
No. Yeah.
Eastern Promises.
It's got this Montreal Canadiens fan. That's the way I remember the guy's name. What is the guy's name?
It's a Cronenberg film where, like, the guy gets into a fight in, what's his name? The guy, Viggo Mortensen. Gets into a fight, naked, in the showers. That scene lasts like 17 minutes. That happened to me in grade 9.
Naked in the shower in grade 9? Oh.
After football practice, this guy, like, called me out. We got into an argument. And then I went into the showers. The guy followed me in the showers. And then we, like, literally, I put him in a headlock. He hit him in the head over and over again. And so I was winning that. And then the coach came in and stopped it. So then the guy goes, all right, we're meeting in the churchyard, across the street from the high school, like in half an hour. And then we got up there, and I threw like a beauty. I'm telling you, Jim, if it had landed, this punch would have taken that guy to Ragnarok. And the only problem is punch landed first, and it just drilled me. I broke his nose, but, you know, it got me over.
I got into a fight where, you know, they say where the mom can lift the Volkswagen off the kid if the kid's trapped under the car, that sort of anger, where I just kind of lost it and I beat up the bully one day. But it turns out, folks, that's not the reason, Scott, that we have you on here. We have you on here because they're back at it in Ottawa, the first day back with Carney and Polyev. I would say this is a bit of a
talk about wrestling naked in the shower.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta say, it was probably about as what I expected it to be. Nothing huge, and Polyev with his typical, I don't mean that in a bad way, jabs at the current government.
You know, I'm gonna
like up my video, just showing you the road. I'm not talking too much, but just watch.
Yeah. And I
like and share. I'm at 14th Avenue.
You know, first of all, it started off a little bit unexpectedly. Started off with a note of grace. You know, Polyev acknowledged that the Prime Minister had called a quick by-election. He joked about whether he might live to regret it. He acknowledged that. The Prime Minister tweeted. Then he went back and forth later. The Prime Minister mocked. He called him a minister. They made a joke. It was like, well, I'm getting that filter and all that kind of stuff. A little bit of humor, a little bit of grace, all that stuff. Here's what the difference was. I thought it was kind of fairly. Like, all of them questions were, don't you agree that everything in Canada sucks? And, the bit, you know, and so on and so forth. I think the great trick of question period, whenever I worked for the Prime Minister and I worked in opposition, like, you know, don't go for the head, go for the rib. You know what I mean? Like, go hard. And I just thought that probably kind of nailed it in.
That those were the typical talking points that he would say in any press conference, and you just don't know the thing.
Yeah, and it didn't. The trick, I think, with Carney is he doesn't like to be challenged. He's super smart. He's always been super smart. And so he can be dismissive. You know, he's like, are you not really part of that job? That makes you guys come up. You have to find a way to come up. giving them a try.
20 seconds.
I would say, bug them. Bug them, bug them, bug them. Irritate the prime minister. Get under his psychology of, you know what, you're not smart. You're not the smartest guy in the room. You're the smartest guy.
I would Jack would say, I'm the Seinfeld guy. What have you done, dude? What, like, what? I had the Seinfeld guy?
I just come to Home Depot to buy some stuff for that bed you saw me were talking about a couple days ago, just to finalize it. So I have the headboard in my van right now. So I'm just gonna deliver and they're gonna fix it up.
time-saver traffic.
Well, still not changed to problems eastbound QEW approaching Mississauga Road. Collision in the left lane delays. From before Erin Mills Parkway. Had a peek at the drive on the Gardiner westbound side that's slower, so still looking at delays from York Bay Young in sections. Out towards about the Dufferin stretch. DDP North is a crawl as well from Dunn Mills up to the 401, and very busy on the 401 across the top of the city, but no line lane issues. Also dangerous westbound St. Clair Cove west to Christie following a collision investigation. This fall in common comes standard. Hurry into your local Subaru dealer to get great value that, you guessed it, comes standard. With your news talk 1010 Toronto traffic, I'm Angela again with one.
Learn more at qplocal79.org.
Airtime presents Amy, who can never pass up a great deal.
Honey, why is there a bouncy castle in the backyard?
Oh, I got a great deal.
Sweetheart, do we really need another snowblower?
I got a great deal.
Why are our bags packed and sitting at the front door? Oh, let me guess.
It was a really great deal. But amazing price deal for this housing year. You'll find this pretty faster in this as well. Visit airtime.com for details. You're getting it right.
$5,960. Visit @Clianza.com.
Gear up for your next adventure with Tech Talk and the Chevrolet Silverado EV. Employee pricing on 2025 Chevrolet full-size trucks is back. See Chevrolet.ca for details.
There's a boat, and you may have noticed a new kind of watercraft on lakes and rivers this summer. It's called a speeding switch.
It's a new type of boat that combines the power of a sea-doo with the active civil pontoon boat for safety recall and range system. There's that one. Interesting little house.
It has the power of a sea-doo and the seating arrangement of a pontoon boat. Marcus Hurl of St. Isidore says he wanted something fun to use with his children and grandchildren.
We wanted to have something that's family-oriented. They presented us with the sea-doo switch.
Hurl says he was out on the St. Lawrence River this summer. There were 3 adults and 3 children under the age of 3. When another boat passed by, he says his sea-doo switch started taking on water.
It was like a scoop that was scooping up water into the boat.
He feared for his grandchildren's safety and was worried the boat might capsize.
The rear end of the boat was now coming up out of the water. 2 of our grandchildren they were swimming in the water from there a second because the front end was submerged.
Pearl says he was able to get the boat to shore, but he says research showed there had been other cases of sea-doo switches flipping over. Bombardier Recreational Products issued a safety recall earlier this year and said overloading the front of the boat could result in serious injury or death. It also released this safety video.
Do not allow passengers to sit or gather at the front of the boat that would overload the bow.
It may result in the boat nosediving, leading to capsizing.
Earl believes the safety recall and warnings don't go far enough.
They have not solved the issue with that boat.
When CTV News reached out to Bombardier, a spokesperson said, "Our riders' safety is our top priority, and we are committed to providing products that are safe and in compliance with all applicable laws and regulations." In Canada, the Sea-to-Switch watercrafts comply with small vessel regulations and construction standards regarding flotation tests and weight capacities. Earl says the boat cost over $60,000, and he wants to return it, saying he doesn't feel safe using it with his family.
Nobody will ever go on that boat again.
And the family has returned the boat to a dealer, but the company says if safety precautions are followed, there's no reason the boat is unsafe. Anyone with one of these boats is advised to follow operating instructions closely. On your side, I'm Pat for it.
If you have a consumer story idea, email us at alert@ctv.ca.
All right, you got to love it. Another just beautiful, gorgeous day. Hopefully you had a chance to get outside.
I hope everybody did, yeah. It's just we're reveling in this beautiful weather. There's so much more to come. A whole week of straight sunshine. This is what we're talking about.
This is what we're talking about in September and for the final official week of summer. This is what I think many people wanted for the final week of August when it was a little bit cool and unsettled, but I think most of us will take this. Sure, we haven't had much in the way of rain in September, but let's enjoy the sunshine while we can. In fact, some were out today enjoying the sunshine and cooling off in the water. This was Fluffers Beach. Not only, again, sun worshippers, but people getting right in there into Lake Ontario. You know, the water is starting to cool a little bit, so that might have felt fresh, but hey, I support you. If you want to keep behaving like it is still summer, yeah, why not? It sure feels like it, and will continue to through much of this week before a cold front swings through on Thursday, cooling us down a little bit for Friday. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Let's talk about what's happening on the satellite and radar. Not much. We've got a beautiful blue sky out there. We're getting ready to enjoy a sunset, which will be just before 7:30 tonight. Any active weather is well off to our northwest in parts of Manitoba and well off to the southeast over the Atlantic Ocean right now. We've got high pressure at play. Generally, that means quiet weather conditions, and that is how I would sum up the short-range forecast. Not much in the way of cloud cover, little to no rain in the forecast as we progress through the next 7 days here. You might see a bit of an increase in cloud on Thursday as that front starts to make its way toward us. But yeah, it's quiet, it's sunny, lots of good weather conditions to get outside and make your plans. Look at Red Lake, Ontario, 28 degrees right now, feeling like 33. It feels like 27 in places like Moosonee and Timmins. It feels like 24 this hour here in the city of Toronto. Not a whole lot in the way of humidity today, but that changes as we progress through the week. Overnight tonight, 13 degrees is our forecast overnight low under clear skies. Tomorrow, wall-to-wall sunshine, calm easterly winds, 25 degrees, humidex 27 at the height of the afternoon. And again, it continues to get warmer as the week goes on. In fact, 27 degrees is going to feel like 30 tomorrow in St. Thomas. 25 degrees, the forecast high for you in Welland as well as Burlington. 24 degrees in places like Aurora and Huntsville. In Trenton, 25 and mainly sunny skies for you as well. So that's the short range forecast. To sum it up, for us in Toronto by Thursday, we're talking 27 degrees, feeling like 30. So yes, summer very much sticking around. We're back to seasonal on Friday, mix of sun and cloud and a high of about 22 degrees. A noticeable change as we make our way into the weekend, so maybe only 19 degrees for Saturday, but condition-wise, we remain mainly sunny and mostly dry. I'm eyeing the possibility of a few showers into next Monday, which is also the day we officially welcome the fall season. That's the weather for now. Michelle, over to you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Also tonight, we are on the cusp of COVID season and cases are beginning to rise. How vaccine hesitancy in the U.S. could impact immunization efforts here.
Hi there, it's Eugene Levy, your sleep daddy, here to help you get serious about sleep.
Whether it's pillows that are past their prime, mattresses that just don't support you anymore, or sheets that are too shady, a good night's sleep starts with the right sleep essentials. Right now, save the tax with 15% off almost everything at the Get Serious About Sleep event, only at Sleep Country.
Your sleep will thank me.
Limited time only. Restrictions apply. Speak to a sleep expert for details.
School's bought and so is the smartest deal in town. At Hakeem Optical, get 60% off when you purchase 2 pairs of complete prescription eyeglasses. That's right, double the style, double the clarity, and savings. Whether you're hitting the books or the boardroom, Hakeem's got the perfect look for you, and your second pair is practically a steal. Visit Hakeem Optical today. Look good, see better.
I'm Andrew Burgell. And I'm Elon Burgell. At Burgell McGinsey, we know that accidents don't just affect the injured person, they affect their entire family. We'll listen and help you understand your rights, and we'll fight to get you the compensation you deserve. For over 50 years, Burgell McGinsey has recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for injured clients and their families. Let the Burgell design. Some terms apply. Contact 310 Reno and don't take a risk with your home. Visit 310reno.ca or dial 310 Reno. No area code required.
Torn between 2 paint projects? Why not do both with buy one, get one free at Dulux? Double the paint, double the reasons to do it now and do it for less. But hurry, offer ends September 22nd. Visit your local Dulux paint store today.
Doctors are reminding Canadians to take precautions with COVID cases rising, something we say is consistent with the end of summer. CTV's Heather Wright on the rising numbers and the official start of respiratory virus season.
When temperatures start to fall, it's when respiratory viruses which then morphed into a migraine. I had pain in my eyebrows, and fever when I played skiing. While it's still too early for influenza and RSV, COVID cases are up in many parts of Canada. Nationally, the wastewater viral activity levels for COVID is at moderate, but levels are high. Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Regina. Experts don't predict this new virus is very different from the past. They are encouraging people to get vaccinated, especially with are by decisions made south of the border, where access to COVID classes
Anyway,
710 texted in.
7:10, I'm going home now.
I mean, like your first job.
So I'm still in Scarborough.
Probably almost the same for most everybody.
And I'm gonna head to Toronto.
Be on time and maybe open the door or whatever it is that you have to do, customer service.
So
710.
just sit back and ride with me home.
What you've been doing.
I'm gonna take the highway 401 going west.
At my high school in Burlington, Ontario. Very simple summer camp.
Okay, I'm gonna go this way.
It's funny that I did that though, because I was going to later than the camp counselor at my favorite place on the planet.
What allergy to cold?
So that's why I love
I'm tired.
being the binder at ED Games Beacon Hill. I walked in for my first ever job interview, got it on spot, and then started hitting. And I loved that job. That was a great retail gig. It was chill, it was manageable, some crazy customers, some horror stories that I still tell to this day. But honestly, for a first job, it was a damn good one.
Noah Scanga, I feel like he was probably an architect for his first job. What was your first job? First way of making money was going around the neighborhood and finding out
How was it, people?
Those are the days. People say they're not having such an easy go at this. At the same time, I would also choose the fact that they're walking in with a resume standing at the front desk.
Look at the nice sunshine straight ahead. Oh my goodness, it's pretty. It's better to look on it through the camera. If I'm looking on it bare eyeing and it's not so good, it's glazy.
Check it in, let us know. We're going to share those. We're going to talk to Handy Andy Berard, find out what his first job was and what's going on in the world of tech and DIY next.
Time now for News Talk 1010 Time Saver Traffic.
It's a rough ride on the 401 westbound express. A crash just beyond Keel is now blocking 3 right lanes, and it's triggering a wall of volume stretching all the way back to Wesley. DDP southbound STM is public from North
While others add to the noise, magic cuts right through it. Find out more at magicwindows.ca.
It all comes down to this. The thrilling end going to the race around the country. Make Canada proud! Which team will win it all? The season finale of the Amazing Race Canada. Tuesday at 9 on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
Bruno's Fine Foods has everything you need to make your Thanksgiving feast extra special, like fresh, local, Canada egg, grain-fed turkeys, beef tenderloin, crown roast of pork, and delicious rib roast. Plus, fully prepared appetizers, gourmet breads, and tempting desserts. Don't feel like cooking? Bruno's offers full catering, too. Happy Thanksgiving from Bruno's Fine Foods. On Avenue Road in Toronto, Bayview Avenue in Richmond Hill, Dundas 3 West in Etobicoke, and Queen and Woodbine. Visit Bruno's Fine Foods.
you take the sawdust, you take some wood glue, you mash it up, and it makes this kind of like a little substance, and then you would, apply it on with, say, like a spatula if you had to, and then it would dry and it would harden, and it was basically like real wood.
Yeah, but here's the same color usually because you use sawdust from the same wood. Yeah,
exactly. And so that was an old carpenter trick. But you can buy wood filler, but you can also buy wood putty. And this is where even people like me get really confused. What is the difference between a wood filler and a wood putty?
Yeah.
And there are differences.
I don't know the difference.
You know, you were a carpenter.
I did, but I didn't never do that. When I was a carpenter, we learned fundamentals of strength and stuff. And wood.
Yeah. So this is what you would do if you have like a hole that you want to fill in. Typically, you want to use a wood filler, and it's made out of a hardening material, but it's always with a combination of a wood byproduct, so sawdust, wood dust, and the key characteristic is that it hardens and cures through evaporation or a chemical reaction. And once it's dry, it can be very hard, and then from there you can sand it, you can drill, you can plane it, and you can paint it. However, with wood filler, if you try to stain on it, what you'll notice is that it typically will be darker. So if you're going to use a wood filler, you would sand it and you use it for painting, so you would paint on top of it. And then there's wood putty. Now, wood putty is a composition that is made out of plastic-based ingredients like epoxy and cellulose mixed with solvents. So it's more of a chemical thing. And its key characteristic is that it's flexible. So it doesn't really truly harden. And that's great if you're using it, you need that flexibility like outdoors for preventing from cracking or falling out. So we use this like say on a deck to fill in the cracks, because during the season it can expand and contract based upon the weather. So that's another thing. And it's often pre-tinted with different type of wood tones. So you have to be mindful when you are trying to fill up, whether you want it's indoors or outdoors, and whether you need wood filler or wood putty. And then it gets even more confusing when you have now epoxy wood fillers, which really blur the line. So they can kind of do it all, but the big takeaway, Shane, is what you're trying to do after with that wood. Are you trying to paint it? Are you trying to stain it? Those are the considerations you have to think about before you buy wood filler or wood putty.
I had no idea, but as you say that, I remember, back in the day, Dad would make something and he would use like a filler, and then in the cold it would separate and crack.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so the putty typically doesn't shrink, whereas the wood filler shrinks. So you might use wood filler, and the next day you come in and it's like, hey, it shrank. So you might have to put 2 coats, whereas the putty you don't. I bought some of this outdoor putty to fill in like wood cracks. Shane, I was just like walking around my house with like a spatula and this putty, and I just find cracks anywhere, and I was just like filling them in. It's quite rewarding, to fill in those holes that you see that you never really think about. But yeah, we have the technology to do it.
That's cool stuff. Epoxy is also awesome too, but again, it's rock hard, so it does not flex and move. And the staining part matters too if you're going to be painting it. So I think that's quite interesting. Okay, we only have a minute here. Coming up, we're going to talk about some real curiosities, fun things that Andy's got. Andy, you did your deck in the background. You posted some pictures of it. Do you usually have a TV out there? Is that what you built back there? Like it really is like outdoor living room.
Yeah, so if people want to check it out, go on Instagram, Handy Andy Media. I did this huge deck makeover. So I got a TV, I got a barbecue. It's a smart TV that's hooked up to a Bluetooth speaker, and I was using an Amazon Fire Stick, which allows me, Shane, to adjust the Bluetooth speaker control through the controller. So it's a great little hack. You definitely want to check it out if you want to see a high-tech backyard deck. And I spent all summer working on that, and it's stained and looks really nice now.
Do you worry about the TV getting soaked out there? You do live on the West Coast.
No, I've had a TV out on my deck for about a couple of years now, and the first one that I put on was a reefer, and it lasted like 3 years out there. So, TVs are really inexpensive. You can buy them used all the time. That's what I did. I just bought someone's used TV and put it up there. And,
that's a smart way to do it. Then you get it for like $40 or whatever.
Yeah, and then I don't feel bad if it breaks down. It's more of an experiment at this point.
Well, moisture not a concern for you? Like screen didn't do anything weird, nothing like that? Because I know that people spend so much money to buy a hot tub that's got like a built-in TV and all the things. But if you put the hot tub on the wall that's far away, you know, of course, clearly you don't want it to fall into your hot tub. But
Yes.
if that's the case, then you could really get yourself set up nice and quite affordable.
Yeah, and if you look at this video, you'll notice it's like really close to my barbecue too. So a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to melt your TV because of the barbecue. But it's retractable. I can have it on a stand so I can move it around and put it out of the way if I'm cooking. But yeah, it's great. Check it out, folks. It's nice deck.
It is pretty nice.
It makes me want to just like have barbecues every weekend now instead of going out.
Oh, it's a great idea. If you're looking for some deck ideas, do check it out. Handy Andy Media on all of the socials. If you do that, you're also going to see him. He's fit. He does the jump rope, all the things. So much so that this week was cool. You can actually catch what's going on. Pretty fancy stuff. Okay, coming up. Curiosity. Escalators. Magic stairs, as my kids used to call them. Winners and escalators that you've all seen, but have you ever asked what are they for? Coming up next.
Time for News Talk 1010 Time Saver Traffic.
The 401 Westbound Express is really tight. A crash just past Keel is now blocking the right lane and delays stretch all the way back to Bayview. It's a long haul through North York before things open up past 400. Heading east, the 401 is still jammed from the 400 through to Kennedy with stop-and-go stretches around Don Mills and Warden. And no surprise on the DP southbound, it's crawling from North York all the way down to Eglinton. Traffic brought to you by Frank Leo, your home sold guaranteed. Frank Leo of Remax has a multi-million-dollar marketing system to get sold guaranteed, or Frank will buy it. Get more. Go to getleo.com and start packing with confidence. Time saver traffic. I'm Sonia Dash. Your next update at 7:45 on News Talk 1010 Toronto.
People are afraid. This government exercise number one responsibility to keep Canadians safe. News Talk and Toronto. Would you support importing the castle doctrine that if somebody comes into your home, you can kill them if you want? Protecting your right of one to say it out loud. Protect yourself and your kids. I do think that it will be a popular change, and I think it may save somebody from being arrested. Put on vaccine on your iHeartRadio app and send us your thoughts right now.
When you get into a new RAV4, you might find yourself sleeping under the stars, even if your idea of roughing it is a hotel without Wi-Fi. Because with standard all-wheel drive, you can leave glamping behind. All that's left to do is drive it home. Get in and go right now at Toyota, where you can lease a 2025 RAV4 LE all-wheel drive from $109 weekly for 36 months at 5.89% with $2,500 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
Josh stares down the business end of his baby brother as he takes the reins on diaper duty. But Josh comes prepared with a diaper change tutorial. The video stream fast and strong. The baby stream contained. Yes, when Harman switched to Bell Pure Fiber Internet, they wondered why they didn't sooner.
Experience proven reliability with Bell Pure Fiber Internet. Canada's fastest, awarded by Ookla. Switch today. Plan starting at $60 a month with a 2-year term. Visit bell.ca for more details and to check availability. Bell. Internet just got better.
It's the Moon Festival in England, and we're ready to celebrate with you. Make your dish come true with new and traditional favorites like ginger beef, sweet and sour fish, spicy mango shrimp, butternut squash soup, mooncake, and so much more. All added to dine in with select items available on takeout and delivery while supplies last. Join us to build your perfect plate and celebrate Moon Festival with your family and friends. A celebration of taste.
This is Jerry Agar. Everybody's concerned with getting the most money for their property. And with Frank Leo and Associates, you don't have to worry. The multi-million-dollar marketing system reaches millions of potential buyers, and that ensures you get top dollar. One problem, not having the funds available to pay for the home they purchase. We need to sell our current home to pay for the new one. Most of us don't have $1 million just sitting around somewhere, but what happens if you can't sell your home? The closing dates don't match, and the bank won't lend you the money to bridge. You get sued. That's what happens. Avoid the stress and lawsuits by calling the team that has the solutions and will guarantee that you can buy your next home on time without the stress of a potential lawsuit. That's the Buyer Guaranteed Home Purchase Program. It's there for you from Frank Leo and his associates. Call 416-917-5466, 917-BUY-EM, or getleo.com and start packing.
confidence. I'm standing proud for Canada. Hi, this is Arlene Dickinson. I am so proud that Canadians are standing working their voices, and we're supporting Canadian businesses and Canadian workers for this great country that we all love so much. Look for Canadian labels to help keep food on Canadian tables. Shop as if your country depends on it. Keep your money in Canada, for Canada. Dreaming of Mexico's best beaches? Whether it's the Riviera Maya, Cancun, or Los Cabos, your perfect all-inclusive escape is waiting at Sandos Hotel. Enjoy crystal clear waters, white sand shores, gourmet dining, and unforgettable moments for families and couples alike. From jungle adventures to oceanfront relaxation, there's a paradise for everyone. Book your next beach getaway today at sandos.com.
Welcome back to Shane Hewitt and the Night Shift on the iHeartRadio Talk Network.
HandyAndyMedia.com if you want to connect with Handy Andy Berard. I'm Shane Hewitt. I'm in Ottawa. Andy is in Surrey, BC. Ryan O'Donnell is in Calgary. Okay, quick time. Ryan O'Donnell, escalators. They've always been around for you. All your life you've had magic stairs, as my kids used to call it.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah, because there wasn't always a time that there was escalators everywhere.
True. They used to be made of wood.
Yes. I love the ones at the bay. Worst thing about the bay closing